With Dragon Ball Super Broly on the horizon, a topic that's been discussed by many people in the fandom for the past, several weeks, and now it's really picking up, is the idea that this new Toriyama Broly is going to be a sympathetic character and a lot less of a prick compared to the old Broly. The original Dragon Ball Z Broly, he himself referred to himself as a devil and he blew up planets for fun and was very sadistic. This Broly appears to have definite anger issues, but it seems like, based on what we're seeing and what we're reading from the people on the staff, that this Broly will be more sympathetic. So the question that's been tossed around that I want to do a discussion on here is, can Broly be redeemed and become a good guy, become a Z fighter, if you want to call it that, because we're in Super now. I don't know what you call them, Goku's friend. And should he be, or is this a bad idea? So I'm going to leave a poll in the upper right-hand corner of this video. After you watch the video or close to the end, definitely vote and let me know what you think. But we're going to discuss it right now. And joining me is somebody who has been very frequently requested by a lot of you guys. This is his debut here on Geekdom 101. And he's been around a little bit longer than I have. So it's an honor to have him on. He's a huge Broly fan. Please welcome Jax Blade.
Hey, thank you for having me, Dan. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, it's about time, bro. There have been people who have asked for you to be on, and now you're on. And I think Broly's a good character to dissect.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. This is just the thing. I love that freaking swole saying right there.
Right? Now, in the history of Dragon Ball, over and over and over again, time and time again, we have Goku making friends of his enemies. He's done it from the beginning. Yamcha, Tenshinhan, Piccolo eventually became good. Vegeta, of course, the biggest one because he had the longest arc as far as turning good.
Right.
And Frieza, he didn't really become good, but he did team up with Goku at the end of Tournament of Power. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Jiren and Goku don't really have beef anymore. There was development there, and Hit, too. It's very often that Goku's enemies and rivals become his buddies. The next one is Broly, and obviously with the original movies, there's no way that Broly would ever be friends with Kakarot, but now with this movie, they seem to be erasing the whole Kakarot crying thing, and the beef seems to be more so with King Vegeta, based on the Paragus thing and what we've seen. So, question for you is this. Obviously, we haven't seen the movie as of this video. We've only seen the 2 trailers and the teaser that was out earlier this year.
Right.
Do you think Broly is a character that could and should be redeemed and eventually maybe not necessarily become a member of the main cast, but kind of be around in the background? What are your thoughts on that? And then I'll give mine.
Okay, well, here's my opinion on that. I think it would be incredibly fascinating just going from, like growing up with the original Broly movie. You just do not see this guy becoming a hero or any anti-hero sort of guy. He is just a despicable, awful person, just a badass monster of a Saiyan. And when you go to this one where they're trying to make him more sympathetic and empathetic with what he's going through, I feel like if you do that and introduce that as a character, because hell, if you take Frieza, one of the most iconically evil characters of Dragon Ball, and then you just make him team up with the good guys, and even though he's not really, we don't know yet, but he's still one of those things where he goes off and does his own little thing, but he's not necessarily good, but he teamed up with them because that's what he needed to do. I find that you could do that with pretty much nearly any character now, because freaking Broly, if they introduce Broly as ally to them, then that's pretty much like their Hulk. This is like the Z Fighters, the Avengers, and Broly is now their
I never thought of it like
Hulk.
that.
Yeah,
dude. Wow, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, bro, it's just that's what I'm thinking, because now you can do Broly's on our side now, so now let's go and fight all these monsters. Oh shit, we're getting our ass kicked. Where's Broly at? Oh, Broly comes in there and just goes Hulk Legendary Super Saiyan mode, and it'd be like,
I have an army. We have a Broly.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, bro. And so it's just one of those things that's what way I see it as. But also, marketing-wise, because Broly is just so incredibly popular, hell, that's one of the reasons they even made Kale, was just because Broly's popular. Let's put a female, character there. And so they bringing him back like this, that would just sell so incredibly well. That was one of the reasons they brought Frieza back, was because he's a popular villain. We want to put him in this tournament. He'd do better than Majin Buu in the tournament, so let's add him, and then it just paid off incredibly well. So I think that's what they're going with as well, but that's just my personal thoughts on the matter.
Well, I do agree with you on that. The only issue that I would have, as just a fan of Dragon Ball, if we take away the marketing, because yeah, it would be interesting marketing to have Broly there, is having a third Saiyan besides Goku and Vegeta, pure blood. I think number one kind of takes away from Goku and Vegeta, and number two, I think having Broly be there and having that presence of this big, powerful lug, which again I do agree, and I like the idea of him being like their Hulk. That would be cool if they have an even more serious threat come around than Jiren or Broly later on, which Toriyama will always write a stronger villain. There's people who say things like, "Oh well, Jiren, no one's stronger than him." No, Toriyama will write somebody who will stomp Jiren. It's always been like this. Nobody
a series
was
of
stronger than
escalation.
Frieza. Yeah, right. But I feel like having him be part of the main cast, even though I would love to see the story of him kind of adapting to life on Earth, and they have a lot of potential to do some good stuff, I also feel like, and I think somebody should probably write a fan manga about this, I feel like it would take away from the other side characters. Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Piccolo. They've already been kind of pushed to the back burner, and a lot of fans don't like that. And I feel like having Broly come in like that, I think, would take away from a lot of the current cast that people miss. Now, how do you feel about the idea of Broly possibly being, maybe if he does get redeemed, if he gets redeemed? Again, we're saying if. I don't think he's going to get redeemed. I think he's going to get beat.
Okay, so if he is redeemed, is what you're asking? So what
I was asking is, how do you feel if he's redeemed and he ends up living in Universe 6 instead of Universe 7, and they bring him out once in a while when they need him? That might be better.
Okay, well, if he's like living in Universe 6 and like probably hooking up with Kale and shit like that.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, would that be like sort of some Game of Thrones hooking up with your sister? Weird shit. I mean, was so be?
No, they're not brother and sister.
I know. Just looking at it.
Can you imagine the kind of stuff that fan artists are gonna come? Now we've already. Dude, literally about 2 minutes after this video comes out, I guarantee you that DeviantArt or whatever website people post, Tumblr's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, Fun Sexy DB.
Fun Sexy. I was gonna say her name. She didn't. But can you imagine that? I mean, dude. I'm sorry, but how do you feel about maybe Broly going to Universe 6 and living there?
No, I honestly, or if he is a character, because, like, it is one of those things where if you have a character that is OP as Broly, like, it is sort of just like, well, just, why do we even have a threat? Just call him Broly, he'll take him out. So if you do put him in Universe 6, and then, like, he's just like, oh, all right, this is a situation we really need all the help. And so, like, Caulifla, freaking, like, Kale, all these people just come over here, Broly, we need you, and then just, like, let's do this, Kaba, I need your help. It's just one of those things. If you have them all in a little section together where it's just like, we need all the help we can get for this foe, then I wouldn't mind that so much. But if you had him in Universe 7, then it is just sort of like a thing where you go, oh, well, that's our tank. Like, we don't have to worry about anything. Right. That's our tank.
And that's going to be weird if he loses. You know what I was thinking, what I would love, and this is not something that they do, this is one of those ideas that would make them so much freaking money, but just not something Toei does. I would love it if you're a fan of the Marvel Comics, you know what I'm about to say. Well, you might not. Well, you're going to know when I tell you.
Right.
So back in the day, they had the Avengers, and then they had the Avengers West Coast. I would love it if they branched off Dragon Ball into two different series where you have Dragon Ball, like the story of Goku, Vegeta, Gohan in the Universe 7. Then you have like the Universe 6 Saiyans getting their own series and have it be, and so it's like their version of the Z Fighters from Universe 6. So it's like, you know, Kaba, Caulifla, Kale, and Broly, just those four. And that would be, I think that would be a great, like, secondary show. Then you can kind of slowly, you know, if Nozawa's health declines, which, heck, at New York Comic Con, she was in better shape than Schemmel.
Yeah.
She even said it.
Yeah, she looks amazing still.
She looks incredible for 86 or 82. She's 82 years old. She looks great. So can you? But eventually she's gonna eventually retire. Or I would love it if they slowly kind of made like a separate show, just about the Universe 6 Saiyans. That way you still have Saiyans. Yeah, and then have Broly be in that team. I think that might be a better way to place him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that would be a really cool thing of just like having this little spin-off, like, okay, well, you got the main storyline here for these guys, and now we've got like, all right, Kaba, Kale, Caulifla, and Broly all hanging out together, and then like doing their thing where they're going, oh, well, we're gonna go fight this guy or this guy, and then like you could introduce stronger opponents because if Kale can't like defeat them, and then like you have a thing of like Kale and Broly testing each other's power since they're both legendary in that sense, and it just there would be so many stories that could open up with it. But again, I still feel like if we saw that too much, would it be like, oh, well, Broly's like the one punch man of this fucking show, just like, oh, Broly's just so OP, like he'll come in and just end it. Because if we're going,
they'd have to make a new villain that would challenge them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They would have to.
They would definitely have to.
What I would love, and Dragon Ball never explores this, dude. I would love it if Broly and Kale had a kid.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
And this kid was so powerful. He is so ridiculously powerful that they have to recruit Universe 7 and do a crossover, and everybody has to team up against it. It could be like the Onslaught Saga. Like,
oh yes, dude, that'd be dope.
Event.
That'd be so insane. Like freaking also like Reed and Sue's kid, who's OP as hell. Like,
yeah, Franklin Richards, exactly.
Yeah.
Toei, you are leaving money on the table here.
That'd be so
Can
perfect.
you imagine that?
That would be so freaking dope, dude. Like, if they did that, because then just like, oh, God, we need to find a way to stop it, and then they all just try it, and, like, Broly's getting wrecked, Goku and them's getting wrecked. Like, hell, I mean, fusions would just be happening all around. That'd be so incredibly hype. That'd be the hypest crap, bro.
All right, now, before we close out this video, again, everybody remember to vote. Check out Jack's Play. I'll leave a link to his channel, fitness and anime and many other things. We're going to go into a spoiler, okay? We're going to go into a spoiler. I'm giving you a warning now. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off the video. You have been warned, okay? All right, let's get into the spoiler. To wrap up, Gogeta. He's in the movie. It's at this point denying it is foolish. Call Me Arj, I think it was Arj, did a video saying that he thought that Gogeta might be the one to redeem Broly by using the same move he used on Janemba, the Stardust Breaker. I think it's called the Soul Punisher.
Yeah, Soul Punisher in Budokai 3. So,
and I think in Dokkan. So he does that move on Broly. He turns good. That's what he said. I don't like that idea because I feel like that move works for Janemba because Janemba's pure evil, and that move is kind of like dissipating the evil. Whereas with Broly, I don't think number one, I don't think he's pure evil at all in this movie. I think he's just a maniac. I think he's got mental issues more than him actually being a sadistic evil person.
Right.
Janemba was the personification of evil. He was the physical embodiment of evil, so it works for that. Number two, that's kind of a lame ending, bro. Like, wabam, you're a good guy now. What do you think about that possibly being the ending of the movie?
That is some like Warriors of Virtue BS where like they just hit the bad guy and he's like, I'm good now or some shit. And it's just I would not want that attack. Like, I like the fact that a Stardust Breaker or Soul Punish or whatever you want to call it, when they hit the person, it's a decimating attack. It like destroys you from the inside out and just dissolves you, even if like Janemba was pure evil. I just like the fact that that's what the attack does. It like just completely just wrecks you. I would not like that attack to like if them to do the same move they did against like when in the very first Broly movie when Goku finishes him off with that punch to the gut and like dissolved and he starts cracking all over. I wouldn't want them to like do like what they would call an homage to that and have Gogeta punch him in the stomach and then like that just turns him good and like, oh, what happened or something like that. I feel like that would be a complete like just that'd be a sham to me. I would be like upset if that happened, bro. That would just completely take me out of the movie.
It's lame, yeah. And then it ends with them having a picnic at Capsule Corp.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Broly eats all the food. No, I don't want that. No,
like Goku.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Come on, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, folks, check out Jack Blade. Leave your comments on the redemption of Broly. What do you think? And thanks for being here, bro. It's one of my favorite videos I've done. We should do more. We should do more.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I'm always down. Like, I'm truly honored, and thank you for having me.